the diginu ecosystem. Welcome to day 4 of my 90-day plan, and today I'm going to explain what the diginu ecosystem looks like. But before I get into that, I want to just give you a quick definition of an ecosystem and what an ecosystem is. I'm going to read the definition, so just bear with me. An ecosystem is a system of interconnected parts that work together and depend on each other to function and grow. Think about many of the other businesses out there. Many of them have an ecosystem where different components work together, but they all function as one unit. So we can also look at that in nature. So nature, if we look at, if we go back to our school days in biology lessons, we looked at the animals, we look at the plants, and we look at the environment. They all work together in harmony, but they also feed from each other. So they need each other in order to survive and to grow and develop, etc. So the same in business is there are different components and interconnected parts that works together in harmony, but they all work as one unit. So the same is with diginu. So on the screen what I have is just an image of the current ecosystem of the different parts of diginu, and the first one that I would just want to highlight is the diginu food app. So that is broken up into two parts. So the first one is the customer, the second one is the merchant. Both needs to work in harmony in order to be able to function. So the customer needs the merchant in order to buy food, drinks, and groceries, and the merchant needs the customer in order to sell their products and services. So those two work together hand in hand. What we have with diginu is we allow a customer and a merchant marketer to be able to get them on board. So in order for them to earn a commission. So in other words, anyone can refer anyone else to become a customer to use the diginu food app. But there's certain people that needs to go through an accreditation to qualify to become a merchant marketer in order to onboard merchants. So those two components work in harmony with each other, but that is something that will build and develop over time. But that in itself is the first component of the ecosystem. The second component of the ecosystem is what we call diginu cashback. Now the cashback is a separate product from the food app, and what makes it unique is it is a rewarding platform. So one of the products or the services that's available on there is there's over 1,500 restaurants throughout South Africa where you can go and dine in, for example Spur and Wimpy as examples, and you get up to 120 Rand back for the second most expensive meal if you order 2 meals and 2 drinks. So that in itself is quite amazing. There's obviously other products and services that also falls within the cashback, and that is the only one where there's a membership fee that is required. The food app is free for both the customer and for the merchant. The third component is the diginu Ego bikes. So this is a product that is new to the ecosystem, but is a very important component to it. Why is it so important? Because the product in itself is unique. It is AI driven, it's fully electric, and it is good for the environment, and it's silent, and it looks great as well. So the benefit of that is it is branding for the business, because it is the intellectual property of the company as well. So for example, like a Kawasaki or a Yamaha or a Honda brand, or even a BMW brand, you get now the diginu Ego brand. The future development of the diginu Ego bikes is to have battery swapping stations all across South Africa, where you can then go and stop and swap your battery for a small fee, and then you can go on your way. So the mileage that you can get on that is up to 140 kilometers on one battery life cycle, which is not too bad. But the bike in itself is good looking, and it is going to make people turn heads when they see these bikes everywhere on the roads. So that in itself is the whole diginu ecosystem, and we are also looking to expand that with different products and services in the near future. But for now, that is how everything fits together. Why the ecosystem matter. So they scale faster than isolated systems. So products and services that's just based on one component, ecosystem scale faster. They are resilient. If one part struggles, the other one supports the one to give it support. They create compounding value. So the more that's added, the more everyone benefits. So that's why I say we are also looking at expanding the products and services, but for now, this is the ecosystem currently working and operating and doing quite well. And then they foster community and collaboration, not just transaction. So we want you to be a part of it and also grow with us and develop the company. Trust this video brings you great value, and that you now understand how the ecosystem works and operates together in harmony, and also see where we're going to go with diginu. So see you guys tomorrow, where I'm then going to go into further detail into each component, so that you can fully understand how each and every single component work in this ecosystem. See you tomorrow.